As the race to build the first viable fusion power plant heats up, one company is making a bold move to bring its vision to the public markets. General Fusion just announced a SPAC deal. Joining us now on the announcement is Greg Twinney, CEO of General Fusion. Greg, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Gosh, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. It's an exciting day in Fusion.
It's always an exciting day in Fusion. Fusion is it's one of the hot topics, no pun intended, here on the show. So the big question that we've been talking about here is when Fusion will be ready to scale, when ultimately it will be able to make a dent in all of the power demands that we hear so much about with AI and beyond. Tell us where you are in your journey in that goal.
Right. Yeah. So, it's important that we solve fusion. There is a massive demand for energy. You can't open the newspaper or look at the news or anything without seeing that there's just a huge demand increase coming for energy. AI, data centers, electrification of everything. There's just an enormous demand that needs to be satiated, and fusion is the answer to that problem and up to the challenge. People have been working on fusion for decades. We at General Fusion are a private company, a growth company that started over 2 decades ago, working towards ultimately putting fusion energy on the grid. And we aim to do that by the mid 2030s. We're doing a lot of progress over the last couple of decades to de risk that. And now, with this announcement, we fund the last leg of a really important science milestone program called LM26 that we have. And this announcement is going to allow us to hit milestones, fund the program, and bring other investors to the table to share in the journey.
What sets you apart from all the other companies that are doing fusion?
Yeah, it just there's three things really to think about when you think about where we are versus the rest of the others trying to solve fusion. First is the approach, starting with a technological approach that has an end in mind for commercial fusion is critical. Demonstrating fusion has been done, national labs, academia. It's been proven out that the science of fusion is possible. But the how you do fusion is what matters and what's differentiating for us. We took an approach right from the beginning that we wanted to create fusion conditions in a way that could be scaled, practical, viable, economical, all of those things right from the beginning. And so, step by step, milestone by milestone, we've been de risking in a decoupled, capital efficient way this path to a commercial power plant, not just commercial scale demonstration.
And the hope is that you're gonna get power to these customers this year, is it?
No. So, what we're aiming to do over the next 3 years is demonstrate fusion conditions in our commercial approach to fusion.
Okay.
And that is through industry milestones. In particular, in the industry, it's really all about temperature and density of these plasmas that you need to have in order to create the fusion reaction. And for us, we've got a machine built called LM26, which is the culmination of 2 decades of work. And that machine is designed to achieve industry first milestones in fusion. So, 10 million degrees, 100 million degrees, and ultimately break even fusion conditions inside of this machine. And for us, this is a very practical approach that allows us to overcome the barriers of moving from just demonstration of fusion and science for science purposes to actually turn what we're doing into a fusion power plant. And so that's targeted to be on the grid in the mid 2030s.
So why do you need to be a public company to do this? You talked about the last leg of financing, and so there's obviously the access to the public markets as a source of funds. Could you not raise that money privately? Does it have a benefit to you to be a public company? Why did you want to go this route?
Yeah. So for us, being a public company is another first. Moving first into the public markets is important for us for a couple of reasons. One, as you mentioned, it allows us to fund this program. The capital we're raising through this announcement, the $100 million of pipe, will allow us to fully fund our LM26 program and achieve industry first milestones, the 1 keV, the 10 keV, and those break even conditions, Lawson, will be funded with that pipe capital. So capital certainty was important, and this deal allows us to get that. The
And
second thing,
oh, keep going,
sorry,
keep
yeah, I
going. Sorry,
was
didn't
gonna
mean
say,
to keep going, keep going.
yeah. So, and the second thing is, being a first mover to the public markets is allowing us to let in new set of investors, a broader set of investors, invest in Fusion on the cusp of these incredible milestones. Prior to this, investment in Fusion was a fairly exclusive club, and now this opens it up to a broader base of investors, ultimately that are going to benefit from the long term transformation that Fusion is going to bring.
Are we gonna see a wave of these companies going public? Because we saw another fusion company, merge with the Trump media and technology entity, that was their way of going public. I mean, we've seen this time and time again with certain sectors where and it seems to be, the really long-term bet, moonshot type companies. I mean, when one goes public, everyone else kind of follows, and maybe it's a funding thing, but I mean, in your orbit of executives and founders, is everyone trying to take their company public?
The prize for Fusion is massive, right? The market size that has been estimated by, you name it, it's in the $1 trillion range. And the companies that are first to achieve commercial fusion and take a big chunk of that market, everybody's moving fast. There is a race happening for sure. And so I would not be surprised if others also move to the public markets if they see the same advantages that we do. Um, what's differentiating for us is we're a pure play, and B, we've got a machine, a team, and now the capital to hit some milestones at a much more capital efficient way than what we see anybody else doing on the planet. And that for us is really exciting and something we're very happy to be bringing to the market today.
And given where you are right now and the 3-year goal of getting power to customers, how did you land on $1 billion for the valuation?
Yeah, so the valuation was set by the combination of our SPAC partner Spring Valley, who is the experience track record of bringing companies like ours to market, and the PIPE investors that came in and committed capital to this deal. The $105 million of PIPE capital that was committed alongside of this deal. The combination of all that is sort of how you end up with that deal valuation.
Great. Well, Greg, I want to thank you for coming on. That is Greg Twinney, the CEO of General Fusion here on TITV.